the zombie apocalypse came and the zombies were unable to eat because they couldn't find any brains.
Welcome back to another episode of Nerds and Rounds, guys. It's your host, Sebastian.
It's your boy Law.
And your boy Tone from across the hall.
And we are doing the social distancing episode.
Yes.
Right. Oh, man. This is so weird. I'm glad that I can see you guys' faces, but, like, the fact that I can't, like, be there in person is killing me right now.
Yeah,
you guys kind of have it okay because you're like
not even. We haven't even seen each other. We haven't even gone. We don't go for a walk. I've been taking this whole social distancing thing super serious.
What else you guys been doing to pass the time?
Dude, I work, man.
Yeah, you're the only one of us who is technically working from home, for a bigger company in a sense.
Yeah, so I've been working from home since the 12th. That's what it was, the 12th.
How often are you guys even going downstairs checking mail? Because I want to check. I would say I check my mail once every few days.
But that's it. I have not been downstairs. I have not. It's just so surreal. Yeah.
So I'm talking with my dad, and I'm like, "Yo, Pop, we're kids of everything from Y2K to now, anything from 2000 essentially till now. We're kids of that generation, so we've seen a lot of shit in our day. You know what I mean? In 20 plus years.
In my day,
and nothing like this.
Yeah. And I asked my dad, I'm like, yo, have you ever seen anything like this? I feel like I'm playing Plague, but I'm on the opposite end where I'm not trying to actively destroy the world. I'm trying to help, and
I would say the memes that have been coming out have been the funniest because of the first thing that the zombie apocalypse did not prepare us for is the fact of how quick the toilet paper disappeared.
Yeah, or I saw the zombie apocalypse came and the zombies were unable to eat because they couldn't find any brains.
It's just really funny. I hear a lot of great stories of people coming together. More and more people now are doing the social distancing. Even though we can't connect, so it's like think about this: what would we have done in the 90s or even in the early 2000s if something like this was to happen?
We got it good. We are we're spoiled. All people need to do is stay inside if you have the ability to stay inside. Right. Do what you can to get whatever food you need and get whatever essentials you need. But we have so many amenities in this age. For us, we've got Disney Plus, and Disney and all these movies are deciding to release early onto digital, so you can watch these movies.
I'm so excited for Onward. I am so excited for Onward.
We've got technology where we can play Dungeons and Dragons online and not miss a beat. We have technology to continue our podcast. YouTube is still around. Netflix is still around. All these things that the ability to have groceries delivered to your door, so we don't have to go outside. That we reassess how we value people who work at retail stores, who work at supermarkets, who do deliveries, because they're the real people who are out there. You've got first responders, you've got paramedics, you've got people who are in Stop and Shop, Fine Fare, kids getting paid $7.25 an hour, giving people their food because they need to get it, and hopefully people get their heads straight and we realize that those are the people that were there,
I want to thank everybody who is out there working. The first responders, the grocery store workers, everyone who is still keeping things moving.
My brother's in the MTA, my sister's a cop, I have family and friends who are EMTs, that kind of thing. They're stretched so thin and all over the place right now. But I feel for them.
Also, I wanted to point out that this is also potentially a new creative renaissance for people because, as you heard, Diamond Distributors, they're no longer taking in new orders of comics. I know that's definitely going to hurt comic shops because, it's always great to go into a brick and mortar, but the fact is that a lot of people are going to take advantage now of online indie web comics, which should be definitely pushed to the forefront. It's this great opportunity for everyone who's in the indies, and who's doing web comics, who's creating web content, because people want to be entertained, and they need something to take their mind off of what's going on out there. It's just interesting to see, like, right now what people are doing with the digital space, in terms of entertaining people, keeping them busy, still keeping them all.
Necessity always breeds like invention and creation.
Yeah.
So right now we're in need of so many things to help us like maintain some level of normalcy and some level of peace of mind. And I think like what we're seeing is a lot of that happening. On a grand scheme, bigger picture, a lot of it is what's the end game look like? Because I think the bigger picture is you have a lot of people like myself. I'm falling into this category of wanting to create, but not sure what I'm creating for. If I'm just like creating and throwing things into the void, essentially. Because at the end of the day, like I don't want to be the overly pessimistic guy, but I'm like, what's gonna happen? Like, what's this all for? What's gonna happen? What's gonna be the end result of all these things? I would love to say that by August we're all up and running and back together, and it's no big deal. But worst case scenario, this could be the rest of the 2020. This could be the new normal, and it makes me kind of look at myself and what I'm doing in a larger sense and want to feel like if I'm going to do something, I really want to like be impactful.
I'm trying to take this opportunity to take the time out to learn a lot of the craft, a lot of different stuff, because like, for example, like right now I'm messing with typography, messing with type and everything, which is something I never thought of doing because, people need stuff in terms of like logos designed with type, messing with video editing. And it's like, even if I'm just throwing stuff out there into the ether, it's something I learn, whereas like I could take with sort of my bigger projects that I want to see towards the end of my goals.
We kind of have to like reevaluate and readjust and see what we have to do, because there's my friends who are not actors, they're not writers, they're not whatever, they're crew members, and they're very one of my boys who worked with me on the Trauma set was like, yo, they shut down this film set that I was working on, and he's like one of the best lighting gaffers I've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a really tough spot. Like, I appreciate the time of this to take and put into creating something, but especially when like certain people can't do that.
It's like, this is the perfect opportunity for a lot of people who can't go to work to actually learn another skill that they never thought about doing. And I know it's hard. It's not easy. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Nothing's easy.
That raises a good point. Like that, my mom kind of like said something like that. She was like, "Well, why don't you just pick up a new skill?" And I get it. This is like one of the few times that I agree and disagree with you on that, because a lot of people, I feel like, especially multi-talented, potential skilled people, have all these skill sets that we've been building and growing and fine-tuning over the years. So to just stop what we're doing, stop what we're building because of all this and like try to pick up a new set, it's very like what's the proper word for it?
It's not going to be easy.
It's a very weird feeling.
It is.
It's almost like being left at the altar. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I feel at the moment. Because I have to now figure out what my next step is. I can still do writing, I can still do podcasting. There's still certain elements of creativity that I can do and manage, but especially without like a 100% fully functional laptop right now, I'm like crippled right now. If anything, everyone has the chance now to evaluate. Yeah. And I think that's what this time is just evaluation period. Yeah.
Everybody got
no matter what, you're in some way affected. This is not something that is 6 degrees of separation anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't matter your income, it doesn't matter your location, it doesn't matter nothing. It's a global thing, and it's affecting us all differently and the same. You know,
Yep.
like it's crazy. You know, and when you recognize what you need to change, that in itself is growth.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're not sitting here complaining about the pathogen ruining your life. You're like, well, you know, I got to do what I got to do, and I got to make things work. Sometimes it's a hard lesson to learn,
Right.
in hindsight, when you don't have that 20/20 vision. But also, it's a good lesson to learn. And while this virus is a virus and it's doing its thing and it's ravaging us through our world, I think the world is trying to come together. Doctors from different countries are going to help other countries. You know, I think we're all coming together and we're all seeing what the human experience is about. It's just people coming together and doing what they got to do. And I think for creatives, it's just we all got to learn and adapt, and hopefully the world changes with that.
I love the content that's been coming out though. Like you had the people singing in Italy to each other.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. We hope you're staying safe. Let us know how you're dealing with this. As much as we are being socially distant, we are in the digital age of social media, and we can never be more connected. So if we can connect and help and reach out, please feel free to do so.
Keep your social distance. Be smart. Use what tools we have available. If you have the ability to work from home, awesome. If not, take all the precautions that you need to take. If you need to get food, try your best to see if you can use any of the online services. Stay safe, stay smart. Let's get through this. We'll get through this.